Well, that's where you are.
Hey, I'm cleaning off the snow off of our arbs. I already got a couple taken care of, but I know that these needed it too, just because we don't want the snow to weigh down on these delicate branches. So what I'm doing is, Ken and I really love Arborvitae trees. We call them arbs for short. They're obviously in the evergreen family. When you have young arbs and you live in a snowy climate through the winter, what can happen is the heavy snow can weigh down the branches, causing either the branches to snap or break, or even just stay in that bent position. That's something that we don't want. Obviously, this one is nice and sturdy. It's hardy. It's upright. This is probably, we probably planted this 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So as you can see, it's looking great. We do have a couple young ones though that have some delicate branches that we want to take care of, and eliminate the bending of the branches. So if you want to come with me, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this guy, all in all, really isn't looking the best. His color is in a deep green. So hopefully he'll snap out of that this winter. But what you want to do is when you're taking the snow, brushing the snow off of these delicate branches, you want to go in an upright motion and come up with the branches, and up with the needles. If you can get in the middle and kind of shake off that snow out of there, that's something that you do want to do. We don't recommend using a broom or a rake or anything because it could actually snap the branches. So just by using your arms, you just want to get that snow off of there. If you can get in the middle, like I said, kind of shake that snow out. Now, like I said, this guy just really isn't looking the best. But what we want to do, if you can see, I don't know if you can see this, but the branches are kind of like spread out. We don't want that. We want it to look like the other tree that we just showed you, to where the branches are upright. So what we're going to do is, just by using a cheap pair of pantyhose. Now, I don't wear pantyhose, so we just bought these at the drugstore. I think we got a couple of pair for a couple of bucks, so they're not that expensive.
I wondered why you were buying pantyhose yesterday at our drugstore. Thank you for not using those black fishnet that I got you last winter.
Oh, jeez, thanks.
No, thank you.
Thanks for sharing that with the world. One good thing about using pantyhose is that they stretch. They're also delicate, and so they're forgiving when you're going to use them on these delicate branches. What you want to do is just bring the branches close together. Make sure that you have the branches in an upright position tucked underneath the pantyhose. Be very gentle when you pull them tight, and that just brings those branches together. So when we get more snow, it will help keep and eliminate those branches from bending over again, because we want this tree to grow in an upright position. If you want to follow me, I'll show you a couple of the other ones I already did.
Now, we could have done this last fall in preparation for winter, but we just had a really busy fall and we didn't get to it. And last year we hardly had any snow, so we didn't worry about it much. But this year we've had a lot.
Yeah, and so like you can see here, these I already cleaned the snow off of these. This one looks good. We don't need to do anything with this one because it really doesn't have any branches that are laying open. Now if you look at this one has 3 or 4 different main stems, trunks, if you will. So it was really laying open. I think I could probably untie this just to show you guys what it looked like and why we wanted to fix this tree. Give me 2 seconds here. I almost got it. So once I untie this, you'll kind of see how it was really laying open. We don't want that. We don't want this young arb. This one I think we just planted it last summer, so this one's only a year old in our yard. So what we want to do is just bring those branches up nice and gentle, bring them all together. Make sure again your branches are in an upright position. And I think that's probably high enough, don't you think, Ken?
I think so.
Bringing those together
Yep.
like that. Just pull so it doesn't go anywhere. And just tie it off. Just like that. So now these branches will hopefully start to form more in an upright, straight position like they're supposed to. But also, once we get more snow, and which we will here in Nebraska, we get tons of snow. So now that is going to help eliminate the flaring open of the branches again once we get more snow. But we'll still want to come out. Once we get snow again, we're still going to come out and we're going to clean these arbs off just because we don't want the weight on those branches. So that one, this one looks really good. I already cleaned the snow off of this one. This was one other one that the branches at the top were kind of laying open. So as you can see, I already tied it off. Just being really gentle, and this guy will come out just fine.
And we really advise to do this as preparation going into winter, as opposed to doing it after the snow is already on it, because unfortunately it doesn't take much time at all when those branches are spread for those branches to be permanently damaged and spread open. And then the only way to control the upright nature of what you want in an upright arborvitae is to trim it, which we really don't want to see. We'd rather have the natural tree shaping its future.
Yeah, absolutely. If anybody has any questions at all, feel free to reach out to us. But yeah, so that's basically how you winterize your arborvitaes.